comes to your computer, you may experience problems. I'm going to go over today a couple of the most common computer problems you may experience in your life. Hi, let's see. I hope you're watching this. It's going to be top secret. I'm going to go over a couple of the problems and the 10 most commonly known issues that you may experience. The first one that we're going to talk about is infections. Yes, everybody gets infected at some point in their life with their computer. Whether you have security or not in your computer, you may. And the thing is that a lot of people think that antiviruses do. However, antiviruses actually remove viruses. They are meant to detect viruses prior entering your operating system. However, most antiviruses detect them and try to remove them. But if you don't have the proper definitions downloaded to your computer on a daily basis, weekly or monthly, you may not have the right protection to be able to remove the virus. However, within the first 15 seconds that a virus hits your computer, so let's get protection. But the best antivirus is yourself. So be careful where you browse. The second thing that we're going to talk about is the famous blue screen of death. Yes, a lot of us get BSODs. And when that happens, a big blue screen will come on in your screen with an error message that should be regardless of what it is, since it could mean many. BSOD is caused by different things, by infections. It could be a cause of a failing hard drive, or many other things. So I definitely suggest you to get it diagnosed to see what's going on. The next one that is a very commonly known issue is missing drivers. Whoever installed the operating system on a computer must know that drivers must be installed at right. So I definitely recommend you to check whether all your drivers are properly installed. Especially with brand new computers or newer systems, they actually require SD cards and other additional drivers that sometimes may not even be provided by the same manufacturer. So I definitely recommend you to get your drivers all set up. The next thing, it's computer shuts down.
Yes, if your computer shuts down, it's most likely because it does turn on, but then it shuts down.
So that means that it's getting at some point a little bit of life. However, it could turn into a visual or a hardware issue. So a software or a hardware issue, which means could also mean infections, and it could also mean
like a bad CPU. In this case, it would be a hardware issue.
So that's when we move to the next one. It's pretty much computer does not turn on.
When your computer does not turn on at all,
that means you're not getting any power. If you are getting some power, it might be that your motherboard is not quite responding. So it could definitely most likely be a hardware issue. If you do hear sound, then it might be a visual issue. The next one, it's bad GPU. If you don't know what a GPU is, it should mean graphic processing unit. There we go. Okay, so if you have a bad GPU, it's most likely because your graphics are going bad. So you're going to see some weird lines in your screen. And sometimes that could be because there is interference. Most likely you're going to have to get an advanced component technician, in this case probably a tier 2 technician, that is able to open up your system and do the magic. So next one, broken screen. When people get mad, they take it on. Sometimes they're not lucky enough, so they leave their computer where they're not supposed to. And that's one of the most important things, because if you leave your computer like on the sofa, it's most likely someone's going to sit on it. But even though nobody lives in your house, there could be 1 in 100th chance that you may sit. The next one is when people leave it near tables that could move and the computer could fall and your screen could possibly. So I would definitely recommend you to take care of your PC. Treat it as if it was your girlfriend. Well, you can treat it as if it was worth your work, because really sometimes it's not about how much the computer is worth. Sometimes it's what you have in your computer. So make sure you're doing that. The next one is bad jacks. Oh yes, there is people that literally put the computer to charge, and whenever they unplug it, you know, they kind of just pull it, and sometimes they bend it, and the jacks go real bad. So you definitely need some work on it. You know, you're definitely going to need a technician to also open it up and do the magic. So the next thing, oh, this is a very common one, and this goes to all the women and even the men. Sometimes the men do the same thing. Girls, if you're at night and you're chatting, I recommend you not to put the computer in top of a pillow. So please, if you have some cooling pads, then that would definitely be a great idea. Run to your nearest store and ask for a cooling pad, and you should be fine. And make sure your motherboard's not overheating, because you're getting like a bad charge. That could possibly that could be a motherboard overheating, which most likely means that your whole motherboard is gonna fry, and when your motherboard fries, it's not a good thing. It's most likely you're gonna have to buy a new computer, or you can replace the motherboard. Depends.
Is that one question? Is it worth fixing?
So definitely ask that to your tech. Is it worth fixing? The next thing is hard drive failure. Hard drive failure is it's not a good thing, because it turns out that if your hard drive is failing, and like for example, sometimes you may have already reformatted your computer, but if it's still showing you that BSOD, it might be that you may have like failing hard drive. Sectors could go bad on hard drive, so many things could go bad on hard drive. If you drop your hard drive, if the platters are intact, and it just doesn't turn on, it might be like the motor that got stuck. But sometimes if your platters are gone, then good luck. I definitely encourage you, if that's important data, everything is possible. So consult with a specialist and ask him about data recovery. Make sure you go to professionals. So a professional should know what kind of tools they should be using. About the cleaning room idea, yeah, as an expert, a cleaning room, it's a luxury, but definitely needed. So make sure that, you can do it at home. That means that you could possibly not be so scared about a little particle of dust going into you. Did you get that? Well, if you have any questions, just write to info@teletud.com. info@teletud.com. Thank you for watching.